Which among the following is an example of crystalloids? A. WBC, B. Plasma, C. RBC, D. Ringer lactate. And the correct answer is D. Ringer lactate. There are two types of solution used as a volume expander, that is crystalloid and colloid. Crystalloid are aqueous solution of mineral salt which can be diffused through membrane, for example RL, NS, DNS. Colloids also called plasma expander containing large insoluble molecules, for example protein, dextrone, WBC, RBC, etc. Colloids can pull the fluid from interstitial space to the vascular compartment, so increases vascular volume. A patient is receiving an IV infusion containing potassium chloride. When starting this IV infusion, nurse should select A. The antecubital space of arm, B. A vein in the back of dominant arm, C. The large possible vein, D. A vein in the back of non-dominant arm. And the correct answer is C. The large possible vein. Potassium chloride solution may cause phlebitis due to their nature of irritation, so large possible veins should be selected if introducing IV potassium containing solution. Potassium chloride is concentrated electrolyte, that's why it should be administered with proper dilution always. Which complication of IV infusion can cause pulmonary edema or heart failure? A. Infiltration, B. Circulatory overload, C. Infection, D. Pyrogenic reaction. And the correct answer is B. Circulatory overload. Circulatory overload or fluid overload occurs due to rapid infusion or due to infusion of fluid more than required. Circulatory overload results into cardiac failure and pulmonary edema, which is characterized by dyspnea, moist cough, gurgling respiratory sound, generalized edema, and engorged neck vein. A patient is receiving 5% dextrose at the rate of 10 ml per hour. After 1 hour of infusion started, the patient reports pain at the infusion site, and on examination, the site is cool to touch and swollen. The infusion rate becomes sluggish. What might be happening for the patient? A. Phlebitis, B. Extravasation, C. Allergic reaction, D. Backflow. And the correct answer is B. Extravasation. Extravasation is the leakage of fluid out of blood vessels. Which of the following is the first nursing intervention that is appropriate when an IV infusion infiltrates? A. Evaluate the site, B. Discontinue the infusion, C. Attempt to flush the tube, D. Apply the warm and moist compression. And the correct answer is B. Discontinue the infusion. When infiltration occurs, first stop the infusion immediately, evaluate the extremity, and then apply warm compression over the site of infusion, and try to use another site for infusion. In case of child has IV cannula, nurse should give heparin lock as it will help in A. Intermittent administering of IV drugs, B. Continued flow of IV fluid, C. To assess the site before giving IV, D. To keep the site under restraint. And the correct answer is A. Intermittent administering of IV drugs. Heparin lock is a device attached to an intravenous catheter to prevent it from gate clotting. It is useful during intermittent administration of fluid or administration of drug by inhibiting clot forming in the cannula. Continued flow of IV fluid will not require heparin lock. What should be added to normal saline which is connected to arterial line measuring invasive blood pressure? A. Potassium, B. Heparin, C. Protamine, D. Calcium. And the correct answer is B. Heparin. Heparinized saline solution is used to prevent occlusion in the arterial catheter and central venous pressure monitoring catheter. The IV site can be scrubbed with one of the following antiseptic prior to venipuncture. A. Povidone iodine 7%, B. Sterilium, C. 70% alcohol, D. 5% Savlon. And the correct answer is C. 70% alcohol. According to the World Health Organization, swab the injection site with a 70% alcohol for 30 seconds, then let the area dry for another 30 seconds so that the alcohol doesn't enter the puncture site. You are assigned to a patient with excess fluid volume who complains of shortness of breath. What would be the nursing intervention taken by you to relieve patient's respiratory distress? A. Elevate the head of the bed. B. Encourage the patient to cough and deep breathing. C. Increase the fluid to promote urine output. D. Perform percussion and postural drainage. And the correct answer is A. Elevate the head of the bed.